Hello and welcome back. It's been a little while. I've done a lot of kind of random code sessions where I'm just, a bit of code and chill, bit of fun, bit of relaxing. You know how it is, right? Today I thought I'd do something a bit different. And recently I rebuilt my website using Astro, and it was great. I love using Astro. My website is live. Got all of my articles. I can click in and I can go view them. It works, right? It's a blog. What more could I want? But it always bugs me that it's not Laravel, not PHP, not the thing that I use on a day-to-day basis constantly. So I thought I'd have a little bit of fun and we'll have a look at building a blog with Laravel. I know, basic, super basic, but we're talking about a flat file blog here. We're talking about something that we get with Astro, but with the benefit of Laravel. And what can we do to take Laravel, do some flat file markdown blogging and export it as a static site to then put somewhere and just have available. So that's what we're going to do. Let's dive in. We are going to just jump into some code. We're not going to mess around today. We're just going to be coding. So let's do this. Hello. Laravel blog. Yeah, exactly. It's a blog, right? We've got basic app here. I've got a couple of things installed. So we're just going to git add it all. Git commit. Sure. Getting set up. And we're just going to push all of that up there. Hello, Nelson and Chris, two people I used to work with in the same stream. How weird is that? So here is the repo. I'm just going to drop this in here in case my zoom level is a bit crap. So you can go to juststeveking.com/blog on GitHub. I've added Laravel Boost because why not, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to turn this very simple website into a blog. It's that straightforward. That is what we are going to do today. Before I jump into it too far, I want to give a huge shout out to Savala, who are the sponsor for a lot of my content these days. You can go visit them at juststeveking.link/host. Sign up, get $50 free credit, or host a static website for free. Wonder where this is going. So yeah, go check them out. juststeveking.link/host. They are pretty fantastic. We are not actually doing Statamic. Aha, I got you there, Chris. So what we are going to be using is Prezet or Prezet. I don't know how you're meant to pronounce it. He's American, so he says it wrong. I know he created it, but he still says it wrong. So let's just go ahead and get that installed. Then we can do this Prezet install, indexing, optimizing, lots of stuff. Bang, Prezet is installed. So now, technically, if we go to /Prezet, not found yet. Okay, we will get there. Prezet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they say. Front end template. Okay. We're going to go with a blog template. I keep going to the wrong side of the window. Let's just reorganize them. That's just going to annoy me. Right, there we go. Oh, we got there. Okay, so let's just then go ahead and install that template. Bang, bang. Awesome. Vite build. Lots of VTVTs. Awesome. And apparently it's been installed, so there we go. Blog in Laravel sorted, right? How simple is that? All of these are simply markdown files. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down to appearance. We're going to bump it up to 20. And we'll leave it there. There we go. We zoomed in. Moving me to the right-hand side. Bang, just like that, Chris. Just bang, get over there. It's not a templating tool, no. It's actually still just Laravel and Blade. It's that simple. But inside here, if we look at content, we've got Blade templating going on here. Let's just boot that out of the way. Blade, hello, blah, blah, blah. So if we come to here and we go to Introduction to Blade Templates, front matter, Introduction to Blade Templates, here's the OG image, author was Bob. We're going to say Jeff was the author. Oh, okay, that might be being a bit funky. We'll play with that. Okay, we'll walk through that. I know what's going on. So, as you can see, it's super simple. You've got everything all in here. It's a little bit like VPress, like Command K, Blade, Command K, Vite. It's just working, right? Now, there's things that you can do. We're going to come back to this little bit in a minute, this directory soon. But if we come to config into Prezet or whatever you want to call it, you can have a custom file system, no biggie. Slug, file path or title, keyed, true or false. I don't know what the difference is, so let's test it out. When keyed is true, the key present in the front matter key will be appended to the slug. I don't actually know if that really matters. We'll look at that. Common mark. We got all of these extensions, all the config stuff for the heading permalinks, extensions, Fiki theme. Let's just fix up that file. It's going to bother me. Oh, so you can go night owl, or you could go for that one because that one's so much nicer. Database test there, but that's a little bit cleaner, isn't it? With wrapper, with gutter, there's probably some settings that we can do on this. Here's images, sitemap, all the structured data. So what we can do, we can add a author. Type is a person. The URL is just steveking.com for now. The image is going to be, we're going to go Prezet image steve.webp. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's just go and find us somewhere down. I've got a picture of me somewhere. Here we go. Here's me. So we're going to come over to Herd. There's a picture my wife took. So Prezet images, Steve. And we're just going to make that a JPG for now. Here we go. So then if we... That is a good question. Let me go have a look, Chris. A specific theme. No. It doesn't, but I'm pretty sure you could probably come to here. You could probably build your own. Probably quite easy to build your own theme for this, I'm going to assume. This is for like the code. So, you know. Make it submit a PR. That's the whole point, right? But if we have a look at this as a whole, we've got, you know, model factories. We've got the URL fragment being adjusted based on linking. So if we just take this and open it in a new window, it will go straight to there. So we've got on this page, we've got search, light mode, dark mode, GitHub, can remove that obviously. All of this is just lots of Blade templates that we can adjust and change. Not bad. So let's go down and let's have a look at the theme. So resources, views, Prezet, bang. All of these components. All of these components. We could play with these. So come over the header. We've got SVG up here for the sidebar, home, app name. So if we just go to .env quickly, and we're just going to change this to blog, that's simple. Then over there is dark, blah, 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 GitHub. We're just going to remove that because don't need it. And there we go, that's now gone. Light attracts bugs. Well, explain that to my code. Explain it to my code, Chris. So we've got Prezet. We've got this welcome page, which is a standard thing, Laravel standard, and everything's all under Prezet currently. Now that may not make sense to you. So what you can do is come down to roots, Prezet here, without middleware. Let's just go ahead and clean up this file. Search, lots of index. So realistically, I'm probably going to want to go to just /search /image /OG image articles and articles. So if I go back to the home page, then we go to articles. There we go. All posts created with Laravel and Tailwind.css. Nice and simple, right? We've got tags. We can go view specific tags. Not bad. This works really well, actually. We can actually come straight to the controller. Validate to make, request all. I don't know why it's doing it that way, but it is. Let's fix that up. Tell you what, let's go a step further. Let's just uncompose a pint. Let's just clean up all of our code quickly. Let's run to the scan because we want to see, out of the box, how good is this from a static analysis perspective. That's important. Bam, 1 error. Index controller. And we are binary operator dot between 39. Okay, so let's come down and have a look, see what's going on. Config Prezet. Why is it complaining about that? I don't even know why it's complaining about that. We'll come back and have a look at that. That's just something that's blowing my mind there. But this is super simple, right? Come down to resources, come down to views. Let's look at our components and let's have a look at how is the index created. So all posts, so title, description, blah, 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 SEO stuff, all done out of the box for you. We've got some stuff up here to be set for us. All posts, current tag, if there's a current tag, current category, current author, post by year as year, blah, blah, blah. So we can say year 2025, cool. Prezet article. So we've then got an article here. So this is this is looking okay. I'd probably style it differently because that's just me. Article from matter title. Component slot, cool. Author name. Image. author name or anonymous. I'd probably put this as like guest personally. Created at to blah blah blah. Formatting that, not bad. Icon calendar, tags. Like this worked, right? But because we have got Boost installed, let's make this article card component up a little more. There you go. Let's see what it does. Right. So what's it suggesting doing? Subtle shadow, gradient accent, increase hover effects, highlight category tag, make the author image circular and add a border, use a gradient background for the card or header. So, okay, that's what it's suggesting. So this is what it looks like. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to want to run pm dev. No. Composer dev in the background. Simpler. It's going to do all of its magic. Boom. Okay, that hover is just too much. But I like some of the changes. Like, it's kind of cool. So what we can then do, let's come back to here and say, let's make this design. Actually, tell you what, we'll go to agent mode and just say we're going to use Sonnet 4.5. More modern and minimalist. Ooh. Enable. Let's see what this is going to do. So, like, it is super handy for this sort of thing. Like, there's so much you can do when you, like me, shit at design, right? I mean, this was thrown together in collaboration with, I think it was Claude. I was just, put something together. Let's make this a bit better. Okay, that's not quite what I meant. Let's tweak it. Let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, a leading snug. Nice. Make it look like an Apple landing page. I don't know if I'd want an Apple landing page for a blog, but I do get what you mean. It's like I could struggle through getting it there, but it's gonna be crap. No, that's my blog. We don't care about that. Okay, a little bit more minimalist. Not too bad. I do like the minimalism. I love the minimalism, but the accessibility may be a bit low. Like, you've got to try to work with the LLM at this point, right? With the agent. And just be like, okay, this is kind of what I want, but I want you to do a better job because I'm not so good at it. Right, while that does that. Perfect. Right, look at that. It's going to do everything for me. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh. Let's just come back to here. Let's just keep an eye on it. Let's keep an eye on how much better it's going to be. And once we've done this, we'll go back to like what I'm really here to do. I'm not here just to, you're not here to watch me play with an LLM, right? That's not really why you're here, but it's fun. While that's doing its business, what we're going to do, we're going to get this Laravel export installed from Sparsy because that is going to be the magic sauce. Let's just cancel that. Close that one. Yeah, terminate that. We're going to call this one dev. And then we're going to come over to here. Let's just accept them for now. And just import that. Awesome. So now if we come back to our blog, apparently accessibility is better now. Who knew? So we've got that installed. Export. Want to publish the configuration, obviously. Yeah, vibe code guide. It doesn't work, does it? Like, vibe coding's fun when it's nothing serious. Export.php. Here we go. So let's close that for now. So call true, include files. Probably have to install Prezet stuff. Exclude file patterns. Yeah, disk before. So assets is going to be, let me just quickly do a which PNPM. That one. Build. After, we'll worry about that in a bit. Okay, cool. So that's all of that. That's all of that. Crawling. So let's run PHP artisan export. Let's see what it does. Files are saved to dist. Okay, so within here, we've got images, content, build, index, sitemap. Now, default. Let's open this in the default browser, which is going to be currently Comet. Currently testing out Comet, people. Don't know if anyone else is, but it's kind of fun. So here is our default browser. Not bad. So what we want to do really is we'll ignore that for now, and inside our git ignore we are going to add dist. We don't want to include that. Got our servers set up there. So what we want to do, what do we want to do? We really need to fix this homepage, right? It's a bit rubbish. So I think maybe coming down a route, let's say this is going to be like just a blog at the end of the day, right? So we could just say ignore that. Here's our blog. You go view it. Like, you don't even have to have, let's go back, articles in there. What we could probably do is we can say roots, middleware, nothing, group, base path. The path is roots, like that. Then we are going to use roots. That. Then save that to dictionary. Nice, come over to there, and then we could just kind of drop that, I guess. Bang. There's that image. That image seems to be loading quite slowly. Don't know if it's an issue. Could be. It could be. Something funky could be going on. boost browser stuff, lots of browser logs and stuff going on. Nothing that I'm too focused on right now. Go to testing. I'm curious why these images aren't being loaded. So could be something to do with that. We'll have a look. We'll play around. Okay, here we go. Image is back. I think it's looking it up in a very specific way. So we could go around and fix that. Okay, so let's close all of these. Let's just close that for now. Components. Is an image component or not? No. Show. Okay, so we've got some JSON-LD data, front matter image, front matter title, hero image. What does that look like? That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's come down to the right sidebar. Not too bothered about the right sidebar. Main content, body, tags, author image, name, bio. Okay, so you can actually do quite a bit with this. Nice. So what I'm going to do is, let's just close that because I don't want it. What I will do is inside websites, this one, source, content, articles. Let's just go and grab all of them. We come to herd, blog, Prezet, content. I don't know why that's specifically in there, but we're just going to go, let's just delete them. Stick all of these in there. Come back to the blog and see what happens. Prezet index with some errors. So there's some errors happening because of formatting, I'm assuming. So let's come over to their docs and let's go down and look at the something to do with the front matter, I'm assuming. Here we go, front matter. So title, excerpt, category, and draft. Validated DTO. Oh, from Wendell. Nice. Good job, Wendell. You got into a library I'm using by accident. So, inside Prezet content, let's just go to a random one here. Here's a front matter. Title, description. So anywhere where there's a description, it's actually meant to be excerpt. So let's just do a wildcard search for description. And let's swap that for excerpt. Is there a better way to do find and replace? There's got to be a better way, right? Anyone know the key code for this? Because I've got no idea. I very rarely do find and replace these things. Wendell has created some cool libraries, hasn't he? Let's just come back to this and let's go have a look. Okay, so author is meant to be just a single thing, so that would be Steve. Front matter, we'll just swap that to that. Swap that out. That. Like, it's not hard. There's definitely things you can do. Let's see if there's any logs. Here we go. Finished Prezet index with errors. Front matter issue found. The author field must be a string. Okay. Command-Shift-R. Command-Shift-R. Ooh! Okay, so what I'm going to want to do, thank you for that, Rob. Super handy. Let's just say that. Is that going to work? Because it's multi-line. That's the problem, isn't it? Like, this might actually work in VS Code better, to be honest. Let's just open this in code a second. Here we go. So let's just search for that. Bang. We're going to replace it. That actually worked a lot better. There we go. Not bad, not bad. And let's then come back over to here and let's search for description and replace that with excerpt. Place all. Nice. Updating the index. More are showing. There should be some pagination, surely. Aha. Category. Error occurred. Blah, blah, blah. So for all of them, we need to add categories, right? That's my assumption. Category, API. Let's just go through and just add some categories, right? Category is architecture, authorization, open source, open source, open source, API. Oh, spinning wheel of death. Perfect, just what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not going to start throwing some commands around and said and stuff. It just, that's not me. Here we go. Let's just come over to here because apparently PHP Storm is just not liking me today. Maybe it needs an update. Architecture. Was that? Yeah, we'll call it architecture for now. Delay. Building REST API is also API. Just as all. Livewire. Building and deploying an Astro website. We will call this Astro. API, building in Laravel packages. We'll call this open source. Building a website using Jigsaw. We are just going to call this, I don't know, PHP. I don't know what else to call that. Opinion. Tooling. It's an authentication thingy. Deploying Laravel on Savala. This is infrastructure. Tell you what, let's just ignore that. Here's all those. Let's go through each article under Prezet content and add a relevant category for them. If they already have one, reassess it and make sure that it makes sense. Ideally, I do not want more than 12 categories in total. There you go. Go do some monkey work, Copilot. My wife has just brought me a massive plate of food. What the hell am I going to do with that? Sorry? Oh, do you? Oh, my wife didn't want to forget to feed me, so she brought me a big plate of food.
That's actually a small plate.
Okay, that's quite a small plate.
Portion control.
Portion control. Apparently I'm getting fat.
Bye.
Bye. Let me turn this off. It's noisy in the background. Right. So PHP Storm is currently just dying on me. So we're going to leave that for now. We'll stick to this for now. Okay, so it's going through. It's read all of the content. Awesome. Don't know why it's got testing. I don't want that now. So it's doing stuff. We'll come back to what it's doing in a minute. But while it's doing that, let's just go ahead and go and I'll just leave it running. README. So this is what we've got going on so far. Apparently, Prezet also creates its own RSS feed. Okay, so you can use this. Let's just go and open this up and looks good. Say proceed. Okay, proceed. Let's get that installed. So I'm going to just take PHP Storm out of the equation. Ooh. Nope, that is definitely not what I wanted to do. So let's quit PHP Storm. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Why is it being such a silly old goose? Okay, run the package installer. Feed install. Not right now. Root feeds. Okay, so down in our roots side here. Let's see what that does. Let's create an RSS document inside models. Okay, so app models RSS documents.php, and we just want this basically. you're going to declare strict type, obviously, and we will make this final. Let's ignore that. Cool. Add a link to your feed, components template, views, vendor, Prezet components. Okay, so resources, views, components, template, just before scripts. Let me see what that does. Okay, we've added an RSS feed. Sitemap generation. That's got that. Important notes, app URL setting. So inside our EMV, we make sure currently it is mostly just a Prezet thing, yeah. If we go to that and we go to, I don't know, blog.test, customization. So it's got a lot of things out the box already, like all of these OG image generation things for all Markdown files. So we could actually go through to our config over here, and on the export, actually, on the before OG images, that's nice, that works. Customizing the template. This is what they've got by default. Nice, not bad. LD stuff, articles, customizing your this an LD. Cool. All right, so that's all working. So we've got a sitemap already. So we didn't actually need the Laravel sitemap, but we do have the feeds, so that's fine. So now if we, how can we do this? What do they export give us now? Let's just go and wait and see. Let's go find out. Error output on. Cannot find module puppeteer. Okay, so it's complaining about that because I don't have Puppeteer installed. So does that mean I need to install this? pm add -d Puppeteer. Right, that's how it goes. Can't figure it out as add it as a development dependency. That's what I'd do. Cool. Let's go pm approve builds. Yep. That is not too shabby so far. And we will have, there you go. That's doing its post install. Grammar Docker file has not been registered. Okay, so I need to register some grammars apparently. No biggie. Yep, continue to iterate. Let's go ahead and see if that will now generate images. Interesting. Don't know if it will. But we're going to play. We're having a bit of a play. Hey, testing index. WebP. Okay. Let's go to search and grammar. No search results so far. There we go. So underneath the hood, it is using Shiki, right? If I am correct. I saw it somewhere. Oh, publisher stuff. You can do type organization. I'll do my company. And we're going to go to leelafutures.com and let's make sure we get. I haven't actually got a logo link anywhere, so I'll ignore that. Okay. Common mark stuff. There's got to be a nice way to do this. External link stuff. I think I might have to dig into the source code a little bit, maybe. Prezet source Prezet. Okay, so create an index, generate OG, pass markdown. Actions. Passing markdown is here. Getting the config. There's array, new environment from the config. Get extensions. Config's theme. Converter. Okay, so it's using some common mark stuff. Which freaky extension. So common mark add languages. Oh, apparently it's on the docs. Okay. It works. Yep, available configuration options. Theme gutter, available themes. Yeah, that's not super useful. This is all the themes. Okay, that kind of works. Okay, Ryan Chandler wrote something about it. Apparently Ryan built this. Fiki.dev. Okay, so custom grammars. Okay, so there is a way to do it, but this could be an absolute ball ache. If I'm honest, it could be an absolute massive ball ache, which I probably wouldn't want to do. Wow, I've written a lot of stuff. Let's go click through the one and see how it's working. And to find a Reiki bio. Okay, so now what I can do is Steve, authors Bob, Steve, bio. Let's do that. That kind of works. There we go. We got there. Okay, so that works. And obviously what we could do is we can customize this. as much as we might need to. This is actually really easy. Feed, items, URL, my feed, description of the feed. I wish this was like a little bit cleaner. This is one of the kind of, I suppose, worst packages Sparsy have built. It's not the best. Export stuff, no biggie. There's very little you've got to do to get a blog running in Laravel these days, right? Let's go look at this. Actually, this welcome blade is no longer needed. Move that to trash. So it's got some stuff up here. Linked data. Prezet Alpine. Noise. Noise. Prezet calendar. Don't know why. Author name. Why is that static? Why is that static? I don't know why that's static. It's not meant to be. Let's come back to components article. I swear it's got a date somewhere, right? Article created that. This is what we're after there. So let's undefined variable article. Okay, so on this page for each headings, so we've got body, nav, things, linked data. It's probably under document, not article. So let's go ahead and switch that over. Here we go. Nice. That's all working. That's all working. Don't like these line numbers. Be nice if you could switch some of this. Cool. Go view specific author stuff. It's all going to be for me at the minute, but yeah. Nice. DevOps stuff. Developer tools. Infrastructure. DevOps. API stuff. Laravel. It'd be nice if you could like get a, if there's a tag and you're filtering, it should really show like how many there is, right? If document category, blah, 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 blah. Let me just, can I format? I don't have a blade formatter apparently. Okay, so we will manually do it. That's a hero image crap. Tag. There's anything to do with a tag up here. I know we want to go to the index, don't we? All posts, current tag. If current tag, show some stuff. Active filter section is over here. And then current category, crap, there. Current author. Posts by year. All tags, articles is there. So let's just have a look at this. Okay, so we can display it. Let's just copy this across to here. There we go. And we're going to take this down to an MD. Flex wrap, we're going to say justify center. Buddy. So yeah, we can do some stuff. Torchlight and yeah, I'm not sure why it's not using Torchlight, to be honest, because Torchlight is fantastic. Like, here's how it works. It'd be nice if there was a way to kind of change it. Definitely. Lots of action classes. Updating the index. Building your own custom front matter, that's cool. But yeah, that works. So why don't we go ahead and try and do an export now? See what it does. Definitely interesting. So it's done this bit, running report. Let's replace Docker file with Docker. Okay, let's replace Docker file with Docker. Let's try that again. Be interested to see what like the build size of this would be. Because overall, it's a pretty cool idea, right? It's Markdown blogging is fantastic. Grammar Docker. Okay, I'm just going to default it to YAML because that's kind of what a Docker file is. Ridiculous. So that stuff is going on and working. I do like this. I think it's definitely, it's maybe perhaps a tad flawed and opinionated, but that's, I guess, standard. Everything I built is very opinionated towards me. So it's part of the installing a front end. Like there's a docs template, which is kind of cool. I like the idea of a docs template. As someone who writes a lot of docs, it's definitely a cool idea. Oh, we got the next error. Front matter missing. What's it missing? I don't know. That's not helpful. Category. Title. Oh. That'd be why. Like it's definitely, it could be better, but it's also pretty cool. like, it's a really cool idea. I definitely think there's something that could be done with it. But I feel like it's perhaps it doesn't take enough into account in my mind. That's what I think personally. Like, there's so much you could do with like Markdown blogging. So that's still going, still doing stuff. That's cool. A little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, front matter missing. Something removed. The fences. No. That. Okay, I'm not going to keep going through this, but, you know, that's just life. So, next thing, let's clear, add, git commit. As I am working on being awesome. Right, let's just delete all of those. Yep. More of them. Another one. Is this like a consistent thing? Has something like just balked it somewhere? I've written way too much things. Try managing this content. It's not easy. I wonder if building a blog with Statamic would be easier. What do you guys think? I mean, I've used Statamic a little bit, but not a lot. So I'd definitely be interested in seeing what people think about it. It is looking like all of these are working fine now. There's just one or two that had issues. So while we're exporting that, let's just do a quick git commit of some description. Where are we? We add git commit. Let's push all of that up. What we're going to do, we're going to go to app.savala. We're going to try and deploy this as a static site. Just deploy that. Yeah, so the way that I currently work on my blog, so let's go and open this one. Like, these are all of my blogs at the minute. Like, here's some images. Here's what I do currently. Like, all of my content is in here. I just go write it in there. So the way I typically write it is actually using Obsidian. So I've got my Obsidian vault over here. Like, things that I've delivered, things that I make for other people, things that are on hold, videos that I'm working on, books that I'm writing, you know, stuff that I've written. I then go in, I copy this, create a file, add the front matter, push it up. It's perhaps the slow way to do it, but it does work. There might be a nicer way. Working directory output not found. Okay. Don't know where that is coming from. Why not use Markdown-first together with Laravel CG? So I've thought about that as well. I did start an experiment once where I was. Is it? Let's come back a directory. No, none of it's in there at the minute. What I could take you through while we're waiting is, let's just open up ACP. This is something that I'm working on, like an architectural pattern, which is kind of cool. So let's, can we zoom in? Hotkeys, there we go. Let's just close that down. So, let's walk through this. We're going to have a random kind of walk through something else. So inside my roots, I've got my web here. We've got a view. Nothing really happening on this yet. Contact messages, no biggie. So inside here, we got our providers, our app service provider. We're registering this command bus, and then registering this command, this handler. Send contact message to command, send it to handler. Command bus, very simple implementation right now. What's happening is inside of our domain model, we've got this contact message model. Name, email. So when a form is sent, for example. To do that, we are going to send a contact message command. Now here's a handler. What we're going to do, we're going to do some validation, create a record, record the event, don't dispatch it, and then just return OK message. Simple. Blocked email, super simple stuff, just playing around. And then we can say contact message received, and this gets that contact message. Coordinators, it's not been created yet. God damn it. Easier just to read through the article on this one, I think. God damn it, it's not there. GitHub, was it in here? It was. So here's the other approach that I was working on. And the whole idea of it, I didn't do the README or tests, damn it. So basically, what was this one? Was this the file? No, I didn't get very far with that one. I've got just so much stuff that I just play around with because it's what I do. Nope, not there. Gosh, damn it. Okay, never mind. So that's failing for some reason. So what I will do for now is just completely ignore the Open Graph stuff. I think it's an export. There we go. Just ignore that. Git status. We're going to add git commit for .og image generation for now. Git push. Export. Exporting site. Is it going to work? That is the question. Like the main question. We got a failure. Okay. Blog test. Okay. Just articles. So it has got stuff in there. So git status. That's a crawler. Just getting a 404 on articles Astro. Is it? Don't know where this articles Astro is even coming from. Oh, images maybe. So let's come here to public. Let's just copy then. So inside public images. Move it all back a level. Place. Delete that. Images, articles, perfect. So lots of stuff getting copied up. So let's go this. Add commit. That's going to do its business. So while we're waiting for stuff to happen, we could probably come over to here, come to static sites, add a static site, blog. Okay, refresh the repository list. Blog, automatic deploy, build settings, PHP artisan export. Don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. Bit of fun. Sync changes. I definitely think Prezet is cool, but I think there's definitely space for something different, right? Like, yeah, there's definitely something that could be done here. I might call it a day there, because I think going any further with this is just a waste of my time. It works, but it could be better. Yeah. Hey, Cam. Yeah, thanks. I had to redo my X Premium so that I could actually live stream, which is a bit of a pain. Ooh, what's this doing? Command not found for PHP. Okay, so I might have to have a look at how I do this. But hey, it happens. Just close all of those. That's not useful. Yeah, Prezet, it's a cool idea, but there's more to the story, I think. Definitely think there's more to the story. I might live stream again tomorrow, just because. What do you guys think? Should we do some more tomorrow? Maybe do something different. What do you guys think? Like, there's a lot of things that I've got on my plate that I could walk through. Like the, let's open Obsidian again. on that one. Articles. Like this pattern that I'm working on at the minute, the application coordinator pattern. I think walking through this guy with you guys would be absolutely awesome. User coordinator, store. This is going to be published soon. Very soon. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. That's going to be a lot more interesting. Like, this is cool. Don't get me wrong, but unless you're following it, or maybe an existing blog converting to it isn't the right way. Satamic might be a better way, but we'll go into that another time. But for now, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go do some video content. I think get some videos recorded. But stay awesome, stay happy, and I guess I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.